Here's an electronic order form that is divided into 6 different sections: order information, patient information, insurance information, test, comments, and prescriptions. We'll see step by step how to fill up a new order form. The first section is order information, where an accession number is auto-generated by the system. The client name will automatically be populated based on your username. User would have to pick the doctor name from the drop-down list that will further populate on the requisition form. Report type will always be a generic report. Then you would have to pick the collection date from the calendar and fill up the room number and bed number if available, otherwise you can leave these 2 fields blank. Location will always be Genesis Diagnostics. So in the first section, you just have to choose a doctor name and fill up the collection date. The next section is patient information, where user will have to enter the patient demographics. First, you would have to choose how patient is related to the policy holder. Then you have to enter the patient last name, first name, and middle name. If the patient is already existing in the system, you just have to enter the last name and system will search all the patients with the same last name and you can just pick the right patient from the list. Then further you would enter here a patient ID. So you can actually generate a random 9-digit patient ID from this icon. Then you would have to enter a date of birth for the patient. Further, you would have to select gender from the drop-down list, ethnicity, and enter the patient's social, patient age, height, weight, and address. We request you to enter as much as details that will help us to verify the eligibility and benefits for the patient. The next section is insurance information, where you need to enter the patient's insurance details. If patient is insured under Medicare, you can enter the Medicare ID here. Or if patient has Medicaid plan, you can just enter the Medicaid policy ID here. If patient has commercial insurances, you can enter the primary insurance information here and the secondary insurance information here. For an example, if patient has primary insurance Aetna, you can just type Aetna and the system will pull the list of all the insurances with the same name. You can just pick the right plan that will be added to the system and enter the primary insurance policy number here. In the same way, you can add the secondary insurance. For an example, if patient has secondary insurance Cigna, you can just type Cigna and it will show you all the insurances based on your search. And you can further enter the secondary insurance ID here in this field. If you have the primary insurance group number, you can just fill it here. Or if you have the secondary insurance group number, you can just fill it here. The next section is tests, where you can enter the test information and the diagnosis codes. So first we will see how can we add the diagnosis codes to the electronic form. So you would just click here on the Add Diagnosis Codes link that will populate a window where you can find ICD-10 by the ICD-10 code or just by the description. So in order to find the diagnosis codes, you can just type the ICD-10 code and it will start searching the ICD-10 codes with the same code that you have typed here in this field. You can pick the right one and it will be added into the selected code section. If you have mistakenly entered any of the diagnosis code, you can just remove them by clicking on this icon. You can also search the diagnosis code by its description. So when you will type a particular keyword, it will search the diagnosis codes with the same keyword available in the dictionary. And you can further select them to add into your selected code list. So that's how you can enter the diagnosis code to the electronic forum. In the same way, we can enter the test on the electronic forum. So if you have the test number, you can just type it here. Otherwise, you can slowly type the test name and system will start searching all the tests with the same keyword. You can further select the test that will be added to your selected test code section, and you can just select the specimen type, whether it is urine, saliva, whole blood, or any of them. Let's say if this is a comprehensive panel, then you can just type comprehensive, and it will start searching all the panels have the same keyword, or Genesis is running for all the genes. Now the next section is commands. If you have any additional commands that you would like to fill in the order form with your tests, you can just put your comments here. The last section is prescriptions. So if you have any drug screening information, you can just type it here, the drug name, and choose a substance that will be added into the selected prescription section. So that's how we can fill an electronic order form. And at the end, you would have two options to submit your order form. The one is you can directly submit and view all the pending orders for the day. The second option is to submit and view the requisition form. Here you can see an option to print e-signature on requisition. So if this particular box is checked off, then the signature of the physician will automatically be printed on the requisition form. So in the next video, we will see how can we capture the physician signature and the physician outreach portal.